Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my weekly review.
Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here, meeting my icon, Catherine Isabel here.
Across the streams of hopes and dreams where things are really not. Come along if you can. Come along if you dare.
Have a good one. Cheers, guys.
Side of your mind, but please realize you'll probably be surprised.
Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my review of this past week's episode of Supernatural on the CW, which is episode 15 of season 13 called A Most Holy Man. And yeah, so I know this review is pretty late, but Supernatural, it's one of my all-time favorite shows, so I have to get to it at some point no matter how busy my week is or whatever shit I'm going through. I always gotta come back to Supernatural at some point during the week to help myself out a little bit, I guess. And to apologize, I'm even wearing my Supernatural shirt for the video. One of them that I have anyway. I want to get even more. Keeping my girlfriend through the show, and this is like the season 5 shirt right here. We're about to finish season 5 hopefully tomorrow. But yeah, anyway. A Most Holy Man. I thought this was a pretty good episode, although maybe the weakest of the season so far. I've said this before though, so bear in mind that when I say this is like the weakest episode of the season, or even when I say, oh, this is my least favorite season, which it isn't, that would probably be season 12. But when I say something's my least favorite or the worst on Supernatural, I don't really mean it that aggressively. Because any Supernatural episode, any Supernatural season, I still like, I still really like. So don't worry about that. But just in terms of how the seasons went, this is probably my least favorite I've seen so far. We're getting the Scooby-Doo episode next week, so we'll see how that goes. It could be a fun diversion, though. But this one, it had some things in it I like. I know some people really didn't like this episode, though, because, that I seen people complaining, oh, there's no monsters, there's no demons in it, which was kind of odd. It was a little surprising, I guess. Like you were expecting one of the... It played sort of like a crime movie, like a crime show type of thing with, like, mafia and mobsters and stuff like that. And Supernatural is sort of done, like, sort of just different episodes for the premise of the show before, just throughout the series. You can probably name a few handfuls of them. Like you can name like 5 here and 5 there. There's been a lot of unique stuff they tried to do with the show before. Some work better than others. And I don't think they completely failed with it. I just think it's not really what their audience wants to see, maybe. Because all along I was expecting like one of these guys to try to be like even just like a vampire or some kind of malevolent creature or something like that. There's always a little twist with it, but this one there actually wasn't, which was kind of odd. Although I do still think it fit into the story, because of course they need to get the blood of the Most Holy Man. They're trying to track it down this way however they can. But not just because of that, because there's this great conversation that they have with this pastor who's gone there searching for the relic as well. And it really ties in nicely to, Sam and Dean's perspective on, God right now and everything like that. And yeah, obviously, they know God exists, but he hasn't been there since season 11, so they've kind of lost their faith or hope again. At least in that end of it, they want to have hope and believe in other things, but Chuck not so much right now. And before they knew there was actually a God, Dean always had that more realistic outlook on it. So he wouldn't believe the way this guy would be talking, anyway. And I'm not really going to go into my religious views, but I'm not really one for it myself either. But still, the guy who played the pastor here, the most holy man, I thought he did a pretty good job. I just thought he was like this other killer or assassin that was out there or something like that, but no. He seemed to be a genuine guy, actually. So I did like him, and I liked their conversation here, which I had in the thumbnail. I think it was pretty well acted. And there's also this, rich stuck-up girl that turns out to be tied to the crime as well. That sort of starts flirting with Sam and everything. And yeah, this episode also started a couple pretty funny moments, though, that kind of helped it as well. I know I'm forgetting one right now, and it's bugging the hell out of me. But one I do remember is when Sam was trying to get Dean, to think of something from his view, and so he said, "Oh, imagine if someone took the Impala," and Dean just says, "I'd murder him all." And then he's like in this trance, or like this frozen state of just imagining if that actually happened. Then Sam takes like 10 seconds to snap out of it. It was that part was pretty funny. I like that quite a bit. I was expecting the pastor to die at some point, just because that's kind of the way these things usually go. If they're going to die, then they'd have to take his blood that way or something. I don't know. But no, it actually worked out. He survived. They helped him get what he needed, and then they just took a little bit of blood, likely from a cut on his hand or something like that, before he left. So yeah, overall a fine episode. Not one of the most entertaining, but I was still. Not one of my personal favorites of the season, but I was still entertained by it. And, I'm liking where it's going. I still do think it's superior to Season 12 so far. But I'm really curious to see how the rest of the season's going to wrap up. But with that, we're going to have another little break, because I have the Scooby-Doo thing going on next week. I'm wondering if that's tied to that trickster reveal that, set the fandom on fire a while ago. Say it could be interesting. So let me know what you thought about this episode. I'd give it about an 8.6, 8.7 out of 10. It's not the best of the season, but it's Supernatural, so still giving it a pretty good rating there. So yeah, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.